Welcome back everybody to another episode of Kirk's Classic Garage. Today we're going to be starting on our 62 Ford Falcon build. Before we begin, I do want to take a moment to thank Grandpa Heater, Josiah Lucas, Josiah Hansen, and Ross for making this project possible. It means a lot to me, you guys, and I couldn't have more amazing friends than you guys. So, without further ado everybody, we're going to get into the video. I didn't record a whole lot of how we got the car or anything like that, so I'm going to give you a quick story, show some pictures, and then we'll actually go over and work on the car. Over the past 8 years, I've had my hair cut by the same man, Mr. Ronnie Pine, and through those 8 years I've become very close with him, and he decided to give me a 1948 Chevrolet Fleetline, much like my own, that's down in the shop downstairs. The only difference is this one is decrepit, it's old, it's a parts car, it doesn't have a title, all that. Next to that 48 Chevrolet in the field was a 1962 two-door Falcon wagon. It seemed to be in pretty decent shape, so I asked him about it and he ended up giving it to me for absolutely no cost, and I'm super thankful for that. After I got the car, we went down and picked it up. We did that on 4 separate days. The car itself was buried in the mud and it was super muddy outside, so we were able to get it onto the trailer on one day, and then about a week later, once the ground had dried up, we were able to actually pull the trailer out. We got it back to the shop, started cleaning it up, noticed that there's a little bit of rust in the quarters, a little bit of rust in the floors, and the fenders are pretty much gone, especially up by the headlight buckets. And that was the point where we decided to make sort of a rat rod race car out of it. So nice interior, nice suspension components, nice motor and transmission. The undercarriage will be all fixed up, the floors will be fixed, it'll be all undercoated on the bottom side of the car, and it would eventually look something like this. So after we decided this, we started to work on it. As you'll see in this video, we begin by undercoating the fenders and then move on to some bodywork afterwards. The car at the beginning of this episode actually has the hood and the fenders already removed from it. A friend of mine, Alex, and I went and took all of that apart. So the hood, the fenders, everything's off the car. No motor and transmission. I actually just picked those up today, but you'll see that in episode 2, hopefully. So I hope you all enjoy, and we'll get right into the video.
Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life has its music, life has its song. Life has its music, life has its song. Life has its music, life has its songs of love. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it. Always try to give, don't ever take it. Life is but a dream, it's what you make it.
Here we are with a little bit of an update, everybody. So we got this entire side undercoated. Now what we did is we didn't do anything behind the suspension components because it's all going to come out anyway. Ross just got finished actually cleaning this side. A lot of that black stuff is road tar, and we're not really worried about that. What we did is we started everything off a rust tough enamel, so to clean off all of the rust. We did scrape everything down to the best of our ability, but not having a sandblaster kind of hinders that. So all of this is done with the first coat. I'm going to go over it with a second coat here in a minute, but it looks pretty freaking good. Alright, so while Ross is outside doing the fenders, getting them ready for undercoat, this side is prepped pretty much. We've scrubbed it down as much as we can. Like I said again, we're going to hit it with the rust encapsulator first, just like we do with the other side. So here's a good before and after. So there's the before, and here's the after. Now obviously, I left the headlight bucket undone. That's because eventually the whole headlight and radiator assembly is going to need to be replaced. It's that rusty, it's that bad. We couldn't even get the front of the fender off of it. But like I said, this is going to be more of a rat rod than anything. I just wanted to have all this stuff undercoated, and then we didn't do any of the suspension or anything like that because in a future episode that'll be switched to 5-lug. We're going to be getting new springs. I actually do have a sandblaster where I work to sandblast the upper control arms and some of the other suspension components that we're going to keep. But the before and after is insane. So the fender is going to be drying. We're going to undercoat the undersides of them, and then they'll go back on. All right, everybody, so back with another little update. I'm with Ross again tonight, and this is a little in the future from the last part of the episode. We've started buffing out the car. We're using just a little microfiber buffing wheel, and we are using the Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. This stuff works great. As you can see, the paint on this is coated as red, but it's very, very orange, and this is clean. We just finished washing this. It's slowly drying. We've already gone ahead and buffed out the entire door. So the door versus the roof is huge, and I just finished this upper piece on the rear quarter, and the difference in paint color is crazy. I mean, absolutely a huge difference from the old ox. I mean, and this is clean too. This is freshly cleaned. I can run my hands over it and it doesn't, take off dust or dirt. It was a touch wash. We used soap, got all the grease off of the car, and just the way it brought, I haven't done the rockers down there yet. Just the way it brought back the paint and the shine to it. And this is just after using a buffing compound. We have not done any wax or anything like that yet. That's all we've done on the car. And I finished this side. So this side has been undercoated. The only other thing that we need to do is undercoat this area up here. Some of the drain rails, some of the drip rails and stuff like that need to be undercoated. I mean, it's all clogged up in there, as you can see, but that needs to be undercoated, and then we need to do the fenders still. But buffing's coming along very slow but surely, and it looks absolutely ridiculously good. I couldn't be more happy about the way that this buffing's coming out. So good. Yeah, it does. All right, so we're back. Ross just finished actually waxing this side. We have finished buffing and waxing this entire side of the car. It looks so good. I mean, look at that shine. That's crazy. I never thought this paint would come this far at all. The roof is also done. It's been buffed. It has not been waxed yet. Same thing with the A-pillars, and none of the front stuff is done, so the hood, the fenders, nowhere close to being done. But dude, this paint looks so good. The rear's been done. This hasn't been buffed yet, or waxed yet, excuse me. And then I just started on this side. So the top of the door has been done. Still need to do the bottom and then continue on this way. So we'll put you guys in time-lapse mode and let y'all watch.